Good morning, all, in the name of Jesus Christ. Everyone knows St. John Paul II, his face, his characteristic way of moving and speaking, his immersion in prayer, and his spontaneous cheerfulness. Yes, today I'm going to talk about St. John Paul II. My name is Dalla Maria Sunish. I'm from St. Alfonso Syro Malabar Church, Tullamore. Karl Josef Wojtyła was his childhood name, and he was born in Poland in May 1920, the youngest of 3 children. Although he was born into a loving family, his early life was marked by suffering and loss. He lost his mother and siblings in his childhood. Then, he was growing up under the loving guidance of his father. He was a vibrant youth, athletic, studious, and a gifted theatrical performer. During his college studies, he met his spiritual mentor, Jan Czernowiecki, and he was introduced to the Carmelite mysticism of St. John of the Cross. This meeting profoundly changed the course of his life, leading him to priesthood. However, his studies were interrupted when Nazi Germany invaded Poland in September 1939. In order to remain in the country, Karl was forced to work in a stone quarry, as well as night shifts at the Solvay chemical plant. During this time, Karl suffered the loss of his father, who died of a heart attack on February 18, 1941. In 1944, he miraculously survived being hit by a German truck. Karl joined a clandestine seminary headed by Cardinal Safea and was ordained alone on the Feast of All Saints in 1946. He then traveled to Rome to continue his doctoral studies after becoming priest. Father Karl was consecrated auxiliary bishop of Krakow on July 4, 1958, the youngest bishop in the history of Poland. Bishop Karl attended the Second Vatican Council, beginning in 1962, where he provided a vital support to the seminal documents of council. His insights and gifts were also central in the final formulation of Humanae Vitae, which was promulgated by Pope Paul VI. In 1968, soon after he was elevated to the College of Cardinals, Cardinal Karl was elected Pope on October 16, 1978. And took the name John Paul II. He was the 263rd successor to Peter and was to have one of the longest pontificates in the history of the Church, lasting nearly 27 years. Thereafter, John Paul II went out to the entire world with a vigorous missionary spirit. He embarked on 104 apostolic journeys to 129 different countries, beginning with the West Mexico and the United States, for the sake of the gospel. His love for young people led him to establish World Youth Day, celebrated 19 times during his pontificate, which attracted millions of young people from all over the world. The Pope's concern for marriage and the family was clearly expressed in the establishment of the World Meetings of Family, in his Wednesday Catechism on Human Love, and founding of the Pontifical John Paul II Institute for Studies on Marriage and Family. On May 13, 1981, Pope John Paul II was victim of an attempted assassination in St. Peter's Square. Shocking the world, he exhibited extraordinary love and forgiveness when he made a personal visit to his attacker, Ali Aga, in Rebibia prison in 1983. Following this recovery, Pope John Paul II continued with his missionary activity. During his apostolic visit, he visited India 2 times, in 1986 and 1999. Most of our grandparents and some of our parents were able to meet him directly. It was a proud moment for the Indian Catholic Church when he did the beatification of Father Kyriakos Chavra and Sister Alfonso at Nehru Stadium of Cochrane on the 8th of February 1986. Throughout his pontificate, Pope John Paul II guided and prepared the Church to celebrate the Great Jubilee, a celebration of the mercy of God and the forgiveness of sin, which began with the opening of the holy doors of St. Peter's Basilica. 8 million pilgrims came to Rome to pray during the year 2000, as the Church and the whole of humanity passed into the 3rd millennium since the birth of the Redeemer. Suffering from the Parkinson's disease, the after effects of the wounds from the attempted assassination, multiple surgeries, and the loss of his voice, Pope John Paul II expressed his last days with the mystery of the crucified Lord. Pope John Paul II died during the first Vespers of Divine Mercy Sunday, April 2nd, 2005 at 9:37 p.m. Soon after he had uttered his final audible words, "Let me go to my Father's house." On April 28, 2005, Pope Benedict XVI announced that the normal 5 years waiting period before beginning the cost of beatification and canonization would be waived for John Paul II. On May 1, 2011, Pope Benedict XVI beatified Pope John Paul II and Pope Francis canonized St. John Paul II. Finally, here I am taking the words of Pope Benedict. We can be sure that our beloved Pope is standing today at the window of the Father's house, that he sees us and blesses us. Thank you.